The centre has passed some of the most stringent and most progressive legislation in a long time in this country on traffic safety in the Motor Vehicles Act. The fines mean a drastic reduction in crimes, but several states now say that the fines are unreasonable and they have begun scaling down the extent of these fines. Why? Is there no value for the lives of people, no knowledge of the fact that India has perhaps the most fatalities of any country in road accidents, that dozens are being killed on our roads every single hour, even now as we speak? And as all of this happens, let me bring to our viewers a couple of details of the states which have actually decided that they want this all to change. Gujarat, a BJP government says reduce the fines. Karnataka, a BJP government says will reduce fines. Maharashtra, a BJP government, says fines exorbitant, urges the centre to reconsider. Orissa says a BJD government will not enforce the new rules for 3 months. West Bengal, a Trinamool government, says the new rules are harsh, will not implement. The Madhya Pradesh government, Congress government, says will study the new law then decide. Punjab says a Congress government cannot burden citizens with huge fines, cannot. Rajasthan, a Congress government, says wary of new rules, and the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi says will reduce fines if needed. Now, why exactly are we discussing this? The reason we are discussing this is because of a couple of numbers which I think we need to share with our viewers to put this into context. As our various state governments say that, look, these fines are too much, we need to care about our citizens, people in our state, here is a reality. In 2016, there were 17 deaths every hour. The numbers are being compiled for 2017 and 18 as well. Over 1.5 lakh deaths in road crashes annually, 413 fatalities every day. The highest number of road crash deaths take place in India. There's been a 32% rise in road crash deaths since 2007. The age group of 18 to 45 are most at risk of being killed. The source of all of this is the Safe Life Foundation. These numbers are just disastrous, and yet we've got political leaders who say, no, we can't do it. Politics first, lives later, it seems. Vamanacharya, the spokesperson of the BJP in Karnataka, joins us. Garga Chatterjee, a Trinamool Congress supporter from Kolkata, joins us. Geeta remains with us. Shashank Shekhar, a case study and whose brother is a road crash victim, was on this program a few days back. He joins us again. His brother is in a coma. Shailesh Sinha looks at the entire issue of road safety very, very carefully. Mr. Vamanacharya, if I come to you first, Karnataka is one of the governments that wants to roll back these fines. Why do you want to do this, sir?
We are not the first. Gujarat announced that they want to look into this law.
Does it matter if you are the first or the third or the fourth or the fifth?
Karnataka has just said, whatever, we are also in that list.
Yes.
Who have said that we want to have some changes in the law, because here in Karnataka people have definitely felt that the amount that is being fined is quite hefty, and most of the people, especially two-wheeler riders and tempos and lorry drivers, are either poor or middle class. For them, even 1,000 or even 500 was difficult. In that place, suddenly bringing a fine of 5,000, 10,000 is really a difficult job to pay there. So India definitely wants changes, but it will not, or at least it will resist for revolutions. So this looks like a revolutionary change. But
it's a revolutionary change. It is a revolutionary change. It's meant to save lives.
All the states have to prepare mentally, slowly. Then definitely hefty fines are needed to prevent the amount of accidents that are happening.
Let me 1 second, sir, Mr. Vamanacharya.
Fast driving, no entry driving.
Yeah, Mr. Vamanacharya, we've had those, they've all failed. I just want to go across to Shashank Shekhar. Shashank, your brother is in a coma. When you hear political leaders saying that people can't afford fines, don't raise them or don't raise them so much, what is your reaction?
मैं एक सड़क दुर्घटना के पीड़ित का एक भाई हूँ और हर दिन मैं ईश्वर से ये प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि कब मेरे भैया उठेंगे और मुझे गले लगाएंगे। हम मानवता की बात पे कह के 10 राज्यों ने इस
आपके भाई कोमा में है?
जी, मेरे भाई कोमा में है। 2 साल से कोमा में है। जी,
बताइए।
10 राज्यों ने इस रूल को लागू करने से मना कर दिया। परसों की बात है, गुजरात ने 50% इसमें कमी की। हम मानवता की एक तरफ बात कर रहे हैं और जहाँ पे हर साल लाखों परिवार अपने चिराग को बुझते हुए देख रहे हैं, क्या तब हमारी मानवता कहाँ जाती है? हम यंग इंडिया की बात करते हैं, कहते हैं फिट इंडिया, यंग इंडिया, और यहाँ पे पिछले 10 सालों में आपके 1.5 करोड़ युवा विकलांग हो चुके हैं। 15 लाख युवा सड़क दुर्घटनाओं में का शिकार हुए हैं। आखिर ये चीज थमेगा कब? आज भारत वही देश है जहाँ पे रातों रात नोटबंदी लागू हो जाती है, लाख अपोजिशन के बाद भी जीएसटी बिल को यहाँ पे लागू किया जाता है। हम चांद पे जा चुके हैं और धरती पे होने वाली मौतों को हम रोक नहीं रहे। आप आज भारत सरकार का 3% जीडीपी का नुकसान है, 4.33 लाख करोड़। कब समझेंगे हम इस बात को?
Come in over here, Shailesh. When you encounter something like this, when so many people have really tried hard for years to bring up these fines because that's something that works. It is working. It's already working. It's already working. And you encounter this. Doesn't it make that entire effort useless when you confront political leaders who don't value lives? This is about valuing lives.
The practical part is what I would always have been saying actually is it is all about national character, right? Because any fine which is levied on anybody is practically to reform something. Number one. Number two, if 1.5 lakh people are dying on the roads per annum in India, which is also affecting GDP of the country, and so many other things around, and so many people are getting injured perennially for life. His brother is there on the bed for the last 2 years.
For 2 years in a coma.
For 2 years coma.
Yeah. So and there's so many cases like this.
There's so many. You go to any trauma center in the morning, you go to AIMS trauma center in the morning, you get to see 7-8 patients on every hour basis that they are reaching out there.
Fighting
and
for their lives.
Out of them, 3-4 go to home and rest 3-4 go to the hospital for next 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, or maybe for life. This is the scenario. Yeah. And why I am insisting that fine has to be there is just because it would bring in reformation. At least out of fear, people will be disciplined. Yeah. At least out of fear, people would not go wrong way. At least out of fear, they would wear helmet. At least out of fear, they don't do rash driving. And the best part about is why, Mr. Vaman was saying that the victims are low income group people. Understand, Mr. Vaman, if a low household income guy gets hurt for life, he ends up paying crores of rupees. Do you know that? Do you have any idea that what kind of money goes into the treatment? The treatment. You're just asking for 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, whatever the case is. Ask your city people, ask your state people.
How much more they would spend if people were hurt in accidents.
To be more cautious on the road, to be more disciplinary, because
this is a critical point. Yeah. I want to go back across to Garga Chatterjee. Garga, this is an important point. On the one hand, state governments can argue that, look, we cannot afford 10,000 rupee fines, 5,000 rupee fines. But how much more people end up paying when they are injured, if they can afford it at all? Shouldn't we be looking at that? Shouldn't that be the priority?
First of all, let us all admit that traffic accidents and fatalities rising out of that is a serious problem. Number one. Once we have admitted that, then we have to look for solutions. What are solutions? Let me give you an example. In 2016, the number of traffic accidents in West Bengal was 13,580, and there were 6,544 casualties, fatalities. Okay. The Safe Drive, Save Life campaign by the West Bengal government was started in that year. In 2017, the numbers came down to accidents 11,705 and fatalities 5,625. This year, 2018, the audit was done. Both are down by about 35%. So we are talking about real change.
Is this across the state?
Across the state, yes. Yeah. So now it is being extended across the state. That's the same. It was focused in Kolkata. Now, having said that, we have a great example. The point is whether we have union laws or directives or whatever they can come up with in wisdom in Delhi, are they learning from real examples and real positive examples that have worked on the ground? That's one point, one part of it. We have a positive example in West Bengal that has worked.
Okay.
Number two, if there's a huge differential between the paying capacity of a people and the fines, whatever those numbers are, okay, and I believe that they should have some relationship with the income, average income of people in a certain state, so it has to be state specific in that sense, because states are not equal. Having said that, if you have that huge discrepancy in paying capacity and the fine, you are actually encouraging bribing. That's a, well, we do not like bribing, nobody likes bribing, but that's a real scenario on the ground, right? So what we need is a combination of awareness and, yes, punitive fines. But
Okay.
what is punitive cannot be a one-size-fits-all.
Okay, I don't have very much more time. I want one last comment from Geeta Bhatt. Geeta, when you encounter arguments like this, and Garga spells it out, he says that there are plans which have worked to a certain extent. People in West Bengal cannot afford something like this, and yet the state government believes that it's these fines which are most important. How would you respond to this? Is it not disappointing that so many BJP governments, for example, want all of this to be scaled down?
Well, you see, Vishnuji, any kind of a change, when it is brought, there you will notice that there is always a resistance to it, and that is what we are facing while this new Vehicle Motor Act is being implemented. The traffic violation fine is one of the most, you can say, painful one, because this is something which is avoidable. But if you see across the world, don't we see that when we go abroad and when we talk about, that how disciplined the traffic is there, we fail to realize that they have a very stringent laws when it comes to violation of traffic laws. There are countries who, if they come to know that, someone is driving under, some influence, your car, insurance premium, it goes up by 20 to 30%.
Okay.
So every society, tries to discipline itself in some way or the other. So this move is also in the same way, because you have just quoted the numbers. We are one of the, a country where largest number of fatalities are taking place because of road accidents. So it is very important that we need to introspect and try to
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. We definitely need to. We definitely need to introspect on this, and we definitely need to understand that these fines can save lives. I know you have to comment. I'm sorry we're out of time, but I keep bringing this issue up over and over again. We'll come to this again, and thank you all very much for joining us.